I just want to have a little chat, and maybe I'll do this, every month or maybe every couple weeks. Just want to give advice, especially to new couples, and I want you guys to know that this is it's not the word of God. This is just a person in a swing lifestyle that's been in the lifestyle for most of his life, actually. And these are some of the things that have been handed down to me, and I'm going to hand them down to some of you folks. And some of these subjects don't get talked about because they cause disagreeable, confrontational reactions on Facebook. You see it all the time. So some of these subjects people don't want to talk about, but we're going to do it because why not? If we're a community for folks that are more for new people that want to try lifestyle, we're going to get real. We're going to talk about this stuff. And the first one I want to talk about today is the taking a break in lifestyle. And so what that means is basically if you're a swinger, or if you're coming from a swinger perspective, I'm not going to speak for open relationship or polyamorous. I'm not educated enough on those, but if anybody else has any information on this subject, please let me know. But taking a break in lifestyle is essential for a relationship, especially with swinger, because if you don't have a relationship, there's no swinger lifestyle. Does that make sense? I mean, you could be single in lifestyle, but that's it. You have to work together, I feel, quite a bit when you're together playing as a swinger couple. So I'm just going to list off a few of the reasons why some couples would take a break in lifestyle, and it's to focus on on their primary relationship, making sure the connection, the intimacy, and the trust is strong. It could be after a life change, like kids, moving, something like happened at the house. All this is just like real life happens, right? And when emotions feel out of balance, sometimes boundaries get broken to avoid burnout. Maybe, hey, we've been playing at all these parties, but we haven't had time for each other, right? So here's our time. We need to take a break, right? For personal growth, one or both partners may need to process feelings, explore desires, or, reflect individually and how they feel in lifestyle. Health or family priorities, it could be to realign goals. It could be any of these reasons, but I want to focus on this where I want to normalize taking break in lifestyle is completely normal. And you might have seen it already. Like if there's been some couples or even singles that have taken themselves out of the network and they come back maybe 6 months later, 9 times out of 10, they took a break in lifestyle, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a good time to realign what you and your couple wants to do in lifestyle and come back to it when you both feel like you're ready to come back to it. So basically, the next step, like for what I've heard is like actually writing down what the boundaries are for taking a break, because that's all this is. It's changing your boundaries, right? It's completely just switching over your boundaries to we're going to do only this, and that could be anything. It could be, are we going to chat in chat rooms, but no parties at all, right? I mean, it's all how you define it, and how you define it as a couple is the only thing that matters. Nobody else should have an opinion on that, and they should respect you for taking break in lifestyle. Because at the end of the day, like I said, if you're not a strong couple, you're not going to have a lifestyle together with them anyway. So it's important to be strong and come back strong. For me, now, just for me, I'm not going to speak for other people. For me, my relationship comes first, and lifestyle is secondary. So anytime we have any kind of arguments or anything like that where things don't feel aligned and we have things that we're not able to work out possibly, or it could be the kids. You know, my daughter left once and we had to take a few months off. You know, for me it's a little bit more complicated because I have to still run a club with, you know, with Heather obviously, but that's all in defining what break means to you as a couple. And so it's really important to have that time to do it. And then also I want to move forward with I think I touched on this earlier. It's good to write it down. Define what your boundaries are while taking a break, and then write down what does it mean to get out of life or to get out of the break. Okay, like how are we going to feel good enough where we can jump back into lifestyle? And that's up to you guys. I mean, and this applies for singles as well. Like if you're not feeling it and you're really frustrated and you're battling with things in your head, it might be time for you to take a break and figure out some of that. And you'll decide when you feel good enough to come back into lifestyle so you can be better for everybody else. Because the reality is this is about the individual, but it's about you being well for other people. Because a lot of this, speaking from a swinger perspective, a lot of it is recreational and it should be just fun, right? I would like to look at these comments here for a minute here.